I have a pocket thing with 4 and then usually a couple more on the person.
What's your total mag count with your SIG P938?
All in, I think 9 mags for the system. Usually I only take a couple.
Why don't you just carry like a 17 or something, dude? If you want that many rounds.
Because I'm like a small to medium and I can't fit a whole 17, 19 without.
How many
totally
on your
showing
person do you carry?
4.
Okay. And ladies and gentlemen of the project, here is Tactical Doodle once again. And he is an actual carrier of a gun like this. A super subcompact 9mm. This is, again, the Kimber Micro 9.
An elegant weapon from a more civilized age. Not as clumsy and random as the blaster.
Speaking of clumsy. So you actually carry a single action pocket 9, the 938, and you love it.
Ahoy, matey.
It makes you happy.
I love it.
All right,
I like
that's
how it
cool.
Shoots. I like how it feels.
That's cool.
I like the style, although it's not what I take out of the house after dark.
Oh, wait just a second. Back the truck up. So you do have limitations on when you would employ this certain weapon.
Yeah.
And the same philosophy of use could be applied to this one too, right?
Absolutely.
So it is a cocked and locked method of carry. You see it right here in condition 1. The Kimber Micro 9. This is our tabletop review, of course. We're going to bounce all over the place and cover all the important stuff. Is it my first carry choice for me personally? No. Not even close. But for TD, you're listening to someone, my son, who apparently in less threatening conditions it is.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you go?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you go into, I don't know, high probability with this?
Because it's single stack and you have 7 rounds per mag.
Well, would you not go into that same situation with like a Glock 43, which has the same rounds count?
I would
assuming
not.
you put an aftermarket base plate on it?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so it's not really a 1911 format problem. It's a rounds count problem.
It's a rounds count poke.
Okay.
Tampoco the Glock. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, with this Glock. And we're going to show you some polymer competitive options, just a couple, and we'll kind of circle back to them here as we progress.
My system as is like this. The mail truck gets there. I have to run out of the house real quick. The SIG LCP2 thrown in the pocket.
You mean the Ruger LCP2?
Oh yeah, the Ruger. Then if I'm going like doing something normal, probably SIG 938. If there's a higher probability, if the gunfight forecast goes above 10%, then the Glock 26 comes out.
Okay, I like that. That makes good sense. But you're not criticizing the 1911 format.
It's
you're not
single
criticizing
stack and round count.
Okay, fair enough. So we're clearing it up here.
Yeah.
Now we've said in other reviews, like the 238, which was like 45 years ago.
Yep.
Here in TMP, and the 938. This is a different battery of arms. I don't recommend it for people who are new to shooting. Cocked and locked, you have to disengage the safety to shoot it, whether you're talking a 938 or a Kimber Micro 9. And it's just an extra step. Is it hard to do? No, it's not hard to do. You can do it. You can train it, but it's something and it's different. It's not just pull out of the pocket and pull the trigger. You just got to know that whoever it is buying it and using it, they're good with that.
Yeah.
That's it. So as long as you're good with the 1911 style of battery or arms, cocked and locked, rock on, dude.
Yeah, I wouldn't advise a non-shooter grab it and just,
like a new shooter.
Hey, I need to get a gun sometime. What should I get? Oh, I'll get this one. I'll just throw it in my purse and forget about it for the next 6 years.
That's my point. This is something you want to train with.
Yeah.
And not only that, it's very small. It's pretty lightweight. Their website calls it 15.6 ounces. No. It's not. It's 18.4 ounces by our scale with a 7-round magazine, 7+1, Kimber Micro 9. Pretty much all variations will weigh about the same. You've got to train with it. It's a lightweight pistol. It's small. It's hard to shoot well. It just is. And all small pistols are that way. It seems like the 1911 format pistols are even more so that way, and we've always talked about it. So train with it. So it is a concealed carry option for sure. It sure comes in a lot of cool flavors.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people like the flavors because it's like a second cool thing with them.
Yeah. It's got the
like
flavor of the 1911.
Right. It's a watch. It's a knife. And the chances of you using this, thank heavens, are slim to none.
Yeah.
This is the gray version. It has a gold titanium nitride coated barrel. It is gorgeous. A ventilated slide, which I think is cool. TD doesn't like it because he thinks it would gather all types of lint.
I know it would.
And he's probably right.
I know if you were to throw this in your carry rotation and not clean it, like most people do, if you ask them, oh, what are you carrying today?
This would be packed full of belly button hair.
Yeah, you're going to see pubes and all kinds of skin flakes. It's going to stink. Every one of these little...
Yeah.
I know, because I have to carry the 938.
You do carry it.
I am not a hairy man, but for some reason...
You are.
This... What are you talking about? Look, that's my arm.
Oh, yeah.
Is that hairy?
I'm thinking of your brother. Your brother's like a damn gorilla.
Yeah, 2 kids, and you can't keep them apart. One's hairy, one's not.
I thought you were, though. I thought you had a ton of hair.
No, nothing.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, but even on me...
Well, I'm sorry. I don't see you naked all the time.
Not
Fault me. Call me normal.
But places like this,
It does have more crevices. Even if you don't go with the ventilated Micro 9, it's got a lot of places where a lot of crap can get into.
And you notice it. If you're an enthusiast, you kind of care about that stuff.
2 words, compressed air. You're welcome. Done. But yeah.
And then blow pubes all over.
But compared to a Glock 43, you're absolutely right. This is clean. It's an enclosed action. You don't have all this going. It's just a data point.
It's minor.
Yeah.
But you can't argue. If you're getting a Kimber, you're going for looks. You care about how it looks.
They've got the Desert Night version, the KHX version, the CDP 2-tone, good-looking gun, the Eclipse, the Nightfall, the Raptor, cool names by the way.
Yeah.
The Special Sapphire, it's like a bright blue PVD and a purple sapphire. Shall I go on? Okay, I will. They have the Covert, it's a Digicam camo grip, and the list goes on. Oh, by the way, the 938 does the same thing.
Yeah.
So when I rolled in the 938 in a comparison to another GRV, it was the Spartan version, which is super cool.
Spartan's very cool. They have the Scorpion. They have that really bad looking.
You're talking the 938.
Yeah, the We the People. It's got like a bunch of. It's like acid washed or something. It's got a bunch of stars. I've seen a lot of those used for some reason.
So we're talking philosophy of use here in a roundabout way. The Kimber actually is for, I just get the vibe, it's for someone who has money to spend. Because it's not an inexpensive pistol. It's expensive for what you get, says we.
Yeah.
And it's a second cool type of thing. So it's like putting on a fine watch. It's like putting on a tie, a belt, nice shoes, and you're going to put on your favorite flavor of a Kimber Micro 9.
Yep.
That's what it is. Carry pistol, I would say if I gear checked you and you had a Micro 9, I'm going to give you double thumbs up. It's a great choice as long as you're good with it. I think 7+1, competitively speaking, now with the P365 and the Hellcat and the MC1, it's down in rounds for sure, but I carry my 43 all the time.
Yeah.
So it's not like I'm going to war. It's a low probability gun for me. Just like you said, if I go to high probability, I'm going to upgun more rounds.
Yep. Like if I'm buying something on Craigslist and I'm going to the other part of town, I'm not even carrying a 26. I've got like a 34.
I'm all for mags. That. And if you guys don't know that, if you go and TD and I have met some shady characters when we sold things online.
Yeah, buddy.
It's to the point now, if I meet someone, I meet them in like the highway patrol parking lot.
Yep.
I was like, hey, I'll meet you at the police parking lot. They're like, what? I was like, I'm sorry, that's where I transact.
Yeah.
I don't want any problems. You know, I'd much rather have a low threat situation. But there's some bad people that will go try to attempt to rob you. Yeah, high probability. Philosophy of use, home defense, absolutely not. It's too small. Use something with a pick rail. Hard to shoot. Short barrel, or really short barrel, actually 3.15 inches, which is appropriate for its role. Yeah. But home defense, not so much. Backup pistol to an officer.
I could see that.
Yeah, totally. It's 18.4 ounces. You could put in a shoulder holster. I'm sorry, an ankle holster.
Yeah.
It could be a good backup.
They are great ankle guns.
Yeah, so I would say yes to that, actually. Yeah. LBE gun with fits in an ammo pocket. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, if you're a contractor, military, forget it. They won't let you carry this. But anywhere where you're wearing LBE, you could tuck this into the pocket, just like you would. We talked about that with the LCP2.
Yeah.
The really small polymer 9s we talked about. And the 938, I think we mentioned it.
You can slip that little thing all kinds of places.
Nice little surprise.
Yeah.
Nice little surprise. And the other POUs we've talked about, now we go to features. I think this Kimber Micro 9 beats the 938 in one thing. Do you know what it is?
Cost.
Here's a hint. Width. It is a slim pistol. If you were to measure this against your 938, and I don't have it because Tactical Doodle stole it from me. I wish I had it on the tabletop, but this is thinner than a 938.
Yeah.
The 938 is blocky, and that was my only criticism on it. This is like all 1911, the Micro 9, and I really love this dimension. This is a small pistol. It's narrow. It's easy to carry. It will be extremely comfortable in your inside the waistband holster. If you go shoulder carry, even ankle carry, I think would be comfortable. That is a big win for the Micro 9. I don't have my micrometer, but take it from us. It's thin, easy to carry. Features. Different grip panels on the Micro 9. It just depends which one you get.
They're all looks.
Yeah.
I think if you really want to shoot it well, grab the Hogues. The basic SIG one got that right because it makes a huge difference.
The thing is, with those rubber grips, which the Hogue are, that does grab clothing. So if it's inside the waistband and you bend over it, it grabs your shirt and it won't allow your shirt to drape over it again. Just be aware. There's different holster options that will take care of that have like a paddle, kind of like this Kuziak right here. This is what I'm talking about. See how that's inside? This is a Kuziak leather for a G43, this gray one right here. So you could mitigate that.
Yeah. But
I did see rosewood stocks. These G10 stocks are fantastic. And just choose your favorite flavor. I think the stock panels are nice. They allow more comfort in shooting the gun. What doesn't allow for a lot of comfort is the lack in some models of front strap checkering. I chose this one, by the way, because it does have it.
I don't know why. Kimber seems to ration stippling at their factory.
This one has it, but I've seen some Micro 9s that do not.
Dude.
I think it's mandatory, and this is really good checkering, by the way.
Yeah.
On the front strap and on the back strap, it is outstanding. On the mainspring housing, I'm talking. We have a very short beaver tail grip here. No grip safety in this Micro 9. Thank you very much. Standard 1911 safety. Standard downsized trigger guard. And this takes it to the trigger of the Micro 9, which you're going to see my comment on when we talk about how it's shot, and I wrote it on the target. It was completely legitimate. I'm not a big fan of the trigger.
I like my SIGs more.
I'm going to pull it on camera, guys, because I wanted to show you that I'm not just making it up. So here we go. Safety check. Micro 9. Lyman trigger scale coming out. Oh, by the way, thanks to Handgun Haven for the loaner, Salt Lake City, Utah, that we got this Micro 9 from. Go to them. Thank the Pratt family for supporting TMP. Oh, we don't pay them. They don't pay us, dudes, just so you know. So hopefully it will be a long-term relationship, just like we've had with Gunnies through the years. Dude, I couldn't have done that right. That one registered like 8 pounds 9. It shouldn't be that bad. I think it's 6 pounds something. So let me try again. Jeez, 7.4. Dude, here, you try it. Just pull that.
I don't think I'm going to get much better.
It is a bad trigger, dudes. Look, I'm at 6.7. It hasn't broke yet. Look at this.
Bad or
I'm pulling
safer?
It's a Kimber, for crying out loud. 8.1. I was pulling 6.11 earlier, okay? So it's probably more like 6.11. But I'm going to say, as you'll see on the target, the trigger is pure diarrhea.
Yeah.
It just is. It pulls way too hard. I know it's a single action. I know it's a 1911. But this is a high-end carry pistol, y'all. It shouldn't have a trigger that breaks like that. And Kimber brags about it on their website.
Yep.
They act like this trigger is, it's so awesome. It is not awesome.
Fantastic.
I have a sample of one. Granted, it's not the whole fleet that I'm testing here, but this trigger in field, I noticed it. I was like, this trigger is awful. I think the SIG 938 dominates it. I think the Springfield 911 dominates it.
Yeah.
I reviewed that one. Go check out that review. Another subcompact 9mm carry. We'll leave it at that. The trigger's not great. Let's check reset. There I go again. See, battery of arms, safety's on. You got to remember. Good reset.
So their website seems like it's just full of lies because it's got according to them, 15-ounce weight and a 7-pound trigger.
That's a good reset right there. But it's still a stiff trigger. Really stiff, actually. What'd you say?
It's just tons of lies on their spec sheet.
It's all lies!
They said this weighs 15 ounces with an empty mag.
True.
And they said it has a 7-pound trigger pull.
Well, I did pull it at 6 pounds, 11 ounces, so that's not a lie.
That's
about
too far
right.
off. But if you're getting 8, I feel like that variance is a bit optimistic.
I'm going to call I think the trigger pull is around 7 pounds. I think I'm pulling it here on table. I'll give them a break on that. But still, a 7-pound trigger is
It's bad.
a little bit stout. I'm not looking for a 3-pound trigger on this.
Yeah.
But how about 5?
Yeah, 5 would be a
Five,
good
5.5.
compromise.
That would be good. There's some beveling in the magwell right here.
Sweet.
There's your magazine. They used to provide flat base magazines with just 6 rounds. This is a 7-round mag. It does extend down, as you can see. We have a stainless steel follower. Good magazine.
Great magazine.
Stainless steel a la Springfield. Springfield does the same type
You know
of
what I
mag.
really love about the magazine?
What?
The fact that it... Okay. The fact that for an $800 gun, they only see fit to give you one.
Oh, I'm so glad
Isn't
you
that
remembered
cool?
that.
How cool is that?
That
so
is
then I
another
can
miss.
shop on their super overpriced magazines on their store and then
Right.
increase my price like at least
Here we
$500.
go. Here we go with Kimber again. That is a huge miss. The value equation on this... Come on, dudes. One magazine. You should be giving us 3.
4.
At least 3.
Dude,
7-round mags.
minimum.
Come on. 2 is the absolute minimum.
It's insane.
Holy crap.
I would feel like a chump if I open the box and it's got
Yeah.
like a little pamphlet for a warranty registration,
Okay,
a
and-
lock, and one mag.
It's bad.
You might as well give me the finger.
Agreed.
Come on.
Agreed. Look at how cool this barrel is, dudes. That bronze, I think that is titanium nitride. I just love this coloration. So this is a dark gray ventilated slide gold barrel version, essentially, is what you're looking at. The slide stop is all 1911. It works great. These are MIM'd parts on this. Aluminum frame pistol. Solid one-piece guide rod. That takes us to the sights of the Micro 9. They're excellent. They're excellent. But you know what? So were the 911 sights and so were the 938 sights. And actually,
Yeah.
the 938 sights are awesome.
Yeah. They are
but-
more square than this.
Yeah,
So
tritium
they would-
sights on this. And I think most models in Micro 9s
Yeah.
have the tritiums on it. What were you saying?
This is a little more streamlined compared to the 938.
Yeah,
it
that's
comes
true.
up. The 38's kind of chunky.
It is chunky. It has a really fat front blade on it, doesn't it? Didn't keep me from shooting really good groups with it.
Yeah.
The safety is absolute perfection, dudes. I'm just going to tell you. It's like snicks on and off with authority. It is really nice. I love that. Slide to frame fit. Tight. No wiggle at all in the Kimber Micro 9. To this side we go.
It looks great.
Internal extractor. You can swap that magazine release to the other side if you want, but this pistol really isn't set up for lefties if you care. There's some other options that might be better for you. And that's pretty much the features review. How does it feel in hand with the extended magazine, 7-round magazine? Good. It feels, and I have large size hands. I think it fits my hand. I had no problem controlling the pistol during firing. It's good. It fits me. How about you, TD?
Yeah. It's just about the same.
Yeah.
I'm like a large to extra large hand size.
So exactly the same as
Yeah.
Dad. Accuracy, we're going to look at right now. This target, I think, doesn't quite represent how accurate the gun is. I'm going to say the accuracy on the Kimber Micro 9 is excellent, actually.
Really?
Yeah, it's excellent. I shot better groups than this, but this is the paper I have. So this is 7 yards only. Let's look at my comments. I say the trigger is pure diarrhea. It was reliable. The sights are good. It is snappy and shooting. So imagine that. It's a small gun, shoot 9mm. We didn't shoot plus Ps in it. I think it is rated for plus Ps, isn't it?
It is.
So you could if you wanted. That's going to be a handful though. So that's a mediocre group. I'm not going to lie. Actually, that might be 2 groups. 1, 2. Yeah, that's 2 groups. That's a really good group then. And then there's a group. There's a group. It gets an up arrow. That's actually a pretty good group. That's a really good group. Up arrow exclamation point. Mediocre group, mediocre group. But I did shoot it multiple times in multiple outings, and I got better groups than that. I think the accuracy is really good, despite the diarrhea trigger. So the trigger is not great. Reliability, guys, and here's another upside, was phenomenal.
Yeah.
It was awesome, which I was really happy to see because in the day I shot the Kimber solo, and that had all types of problems.
I think sucked.
So whatever Kimber did with this gun, they've done it right. It is more reliable than the Springfield 911 was with me. That thing had a lot of jams initially, and then it kind of did a lot better. Go watch that review. I talk about that whole process. I'm going to say and kind of go out on a limb, this seems to be as reliable as a 938, which I've always used as the mini 1911 standard of measure.
Yeah.
The SIG 938 is reliable, and you shoot it all the time. Do you have problems with it?
Not yet.
How many rounds do you think you have through your 938 at this point?
This year, probably 200.
Okay.
I try to keep it going with the hollow points just to make sure it's working.
Okay.
Because I always have that paranoia that I'm going to have some load in it that fails.
There you go. So here's the Micro 9 in summary from the Nutnfancy project. It is reliable. That's the biggest thing. With all types of loads, except steel. We didn't run steel through it.
Yeah.
All brass case, but I don't remember it jamming.
That's the most important thing, really.
That's pretty important. For 1911 especially, it seems like it's really hard to get a 1911 style subcompact working right.
Yeah.
A la Mustang, the 380.
Yeah.
Had all kinds of problems. But they've done their homework and it seems to be reliable. I like that. It's accurate despite the trigger. Yeah, and you could get a trigger job with it, but that kind of pisses me off because it's such an expensive gun.
Yeah.
I don't want to go out and spend $100 on a trigger job or whatever it's going to cost you.
It's just a bunch of chores that you get.
Yeah.
You drop about $700 street price on this thing, and now you got to drop another 100 for 4 mags.
Yeah.
And then pay some old man to whittle a trigger for you.
What if the dude's 20 years old? He's not old.
He's still an old man. He's whittling my trigger.
The magazines, by the way, are how much?
At least somewhat affordable. I'm seeing like in the 20s, $20 for a 6-rounder, 24 for an 8-rounder.
Literally, they have an
Assuming you can
8-rounder for
find
this.
them. Yeah.
Okay, so that would stick out even further. I like the 7s myself. We forgot to mention this, by the way. Just like the 938, I think the 938 is this way. With the safety on, you can still cycle the slide.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. Now we get to the most important part of the review. Would we buy for ourselves a Kimber Micro 9? First up, it is expensive.
Yeah.
The 938 is no cheap gun either, though.
It's about $100 less, though.
Okay, it's still kind of pricey. Kimber is very proud of their products. I've never really liked their pricing schedule. I think they're overpriced, and I think the Kimber Micro 9 is, again, overpriced.
Yeah.
That being said, I covered the important things. Accuracy, reliability, the looks, the build quality. It's small, it's thin. The answer is yes, I would buy a Micro 9. With a caveat that I want a 1911 carry format for whatever reason. I just like it. I dig it for second cool. But as a primary carry piece isn't my first choice. I said it at the outset, TD.
Yeah.
It's not. It's not. I would carry like a P365 competitive option way before I would carry any 1911 to include the 938. TD, how about you? Would you buy a Micro 9?
No.
How come? Too expensive?
I would feel like a chump.
Would you?
Yeah, just the price and the what little they give you. It seems like an exercise of pure style in a very
low value
ambivalent
formulation
manufacturer.
Yeah.
And they've always been everything we've tested from Kimber's very stingy. And they kind of have this attitude like, what are you going to do about it? Is your pistol built in Yonkers? And I'm like, I don't know. You keep
That's a
mentioning
good
that
point.
like
You make some good points. But as far as the important stuff, I'm going to stick with what I said. It gets the important stuff right. And this is assuming, again, it's the type of buyer I described at the beginning.
Yeah.
Got money. He's putting on his nice watch.
Kids in
shoes.
soccer practice. He's an orthodontist.
He likes the 1911, and he's not going to carry a well, I said Hellcat. Here it is right here. A Hellcat.
Yeah.
He should.
It's too gauche for him.
Yeah. This has a lot more rounds, right? Go watch my Hellcat review. Look, 13 plus 1.
Doesn't matter to him.
Dang,
He's
son.
sophisticated.
This was totally reliable.
He has tickets to the opera. He doesn't know what hentai is. He still listens to classic rock.
I don't even know what that reference is.
Exclusively.
Glock 43 I'd carry before this gun. I would purchase it before the gun. But again, these are different style of pistols. These
function
are first
to style.
Exactly. Function to style. These are first cool pistols, polymer. They just get the job done. They're durable. They're awesome. By the way, I'm showing you the top 3 carry pistols in the nation right now. The Glock 43, the P365. This is an XL version, but the 365 is the top selling pistol in the U.S., and it's going to stay that way for a long time. And by the way, the Hellcat has not changed that. And then you have the Mossberg MC1, which I don't think is selling.
Yeah, not
there
so
you
much.
go. So there you go. That's our review on the Kimber Micro 9. I think we covered all the important things on this gun. It is damn expensive, and I can't believe I just get one magazine. It's cool, though. It's cool, and it did work. Please join TMP Patreon or whatever other donation service I may use in the future. For this gun, we probably spent about another $300 in testing.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah, there you go. Especially with the hollow point ammo. which we ran through it. Subscribe at the very least. Hit that notification bell. We're done.